In order for an electric foil to function properly, it needs to have a certain amount of tape on the tip. This is to prevent the blade from shorting when it connects to its opponent's lame. You don't want the electricity to go into their lame and then back out through unprotected metal on the foil. That would basically result in a hit that does not register either an on or off target on the scoring machine. So for foil fencers, it's important for us to replace the tape periodically when it gets chewed up during the course of fencing. The tools that we need to replace the tip tape are pretty simple and can be found around the house. Just a simple utility knife will do. If you don't have one of those, a pair of scissors can be used. And then, of course, you'll need some tape to replace. This is tip tape, which can be purchased through most of the fencing supply stores. It's also like a type of fabric gaffer's tape, which you may be able to find at some other types of specialty stores. The first thing you need to do is to remove the old tape. You might be able to pull that off using your fingers. In other cases, you're going to need to use the utility knife to help scrape away old tape. You do want to be careful if you're using the utility knife to make sure that you're always moving it away from your body so that you don't cut yourself inadvertently. And you want to be careful when you are clearing the tape off of the top of the blade where this channel that holds the wire is. If you dig in too deep with the utility knife, you might accidentally cut your wire in your foil, in which case then you're going to need to rewire the entire foil. Once you've removed the old tape, it's time to apply new tape. You're going to take a piece of tape that is about the same length as a dollar bill and put it on this section of the blade here. I usually start by putting the tape there at the bottom part of the barrel, and I apply it to the top of the blade first. That way, as it wraps around, it'll add a second layer of tape to the blade. As you rotate the blade, which is a square shape, you want to make sure that you have the tape evenly and snugly applied to the blade. Rotate and turn and press the tape in. We've now gone all the way around. We're back to the top of the blade, and then we wrap around here for the last section. Finally, you're going to apply a piece of tape about the size of a postage stamp to the tip. You want to make sure that it is close to the top of the barrel, but not going beyond. If it goes beyond the top of the barrel, it might then gum up the movement of the tip. By making just a small piece and wrapping it around, you make sure that your tip is nice and small and narrow, and when you do the weight test, the weight does not get stuck on the extra tape that might be on the tip. Oftentimes people will wrap too many wraps of tape on the barrel. It'll become so wide and thick that when the weight test goes on, it will get stuck. So just a small piece around is sufficient to protect the tip and to get the work done. Finally, tip tape comes in a variety of colors. Oftentimes, different clubs, schools, or universities will have various color combinations, where one part of the blade will be in one color of tip tape, the other will be in a different. Or, if you have a personal preference with what your favorite color is, then you can do the blade in that.